Right. Hi, everyone. This is a disaster, isn't it? Um, okay. Oh my goodness. Um, with a bit of luck, Andrew will be able to join this one quite shortly. Um, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Um,
Hello, Hossein. Sorry, stop talking, Jimmy. Would it be okay if you just catch up with him first, and then we can stay on the line for you because he might be trying to get in, or you might just invite him in as well. So that makes it easier for you.
yeah, I'm trying to um send him the link for this meeting.
Because he must have gone to the other meeting that we've just logged out of. Thank you.
Let's try again. Um, right, I've sent him the link. Come on, Andrew, where are you? I'm sorry, everyone. This is not quite the way it was meant to go. I'm not quite sure why the first one ended as early as it did. Password is history. Um, Let me just see if I've got the presentation in my emails. If I do, I can try and carry on uh, without Andrew until he is able to join. I don't think he's shared it with me though. Which- Um, yeah, I think a separate recording circulate after is going to have to be the best bet because we're clearly not getting anywhere at the moment. I've tried giving Andrew a ring. I've tried sending him a few messages and a few emails, and that's not working. I'll try phoning him one more time. Yeah, I'm really sorry about this, everyone. This is not quite. Ooh. Um, yes, Grant. Yeah, Andrew's not picking up. What I'll do is I'll get in contact with him as soon as possible. And yeah, this is the new world, isn't it? Yeah, I will see if I can share the presentation that way. Um, and then maybe I can try and do one just me and Andrew. Um, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Tell you what, if you have any questions or issues about it, fire away now. If I can't answer them myself, I'll ask them to Andrew. Um, yeah, and we can do things that way. Pocket money, good question. So, in terms of whether they need cash or not, to be honest, I imagine Germany's very much like over here to the extent that cash is relatively unused these days. It might be worth, some money in their pocket in case, to be honest, they tend to, historically speaking, they've always used money for things like vending machines. They always manage to find a vending machine somewhere. Um, so, some boys have taken like very, very little money and been absolutely fine. Thermals, I do recommend. That's a really good question. The coldest place I've ever been is Sachsenhausen, and I've done multiple ski trips. I've been to Iceland. There's something about the wind at Sachsenhausen which is unlike anything else on Earth. It can blow straight through. I've been there with thermals, like 3 or 4 layers, big thick ski coat, and it's still cold. So that's a place, the Sachsenhausen concentration camp. It's in Berlin, but the wind just seems to kind of come straight off the steppes of Russia, and it just goes straight all the way through. Anything outside the notes we need to know? I don't think so. I think the main thing, which as you've seen, the bit we did have, is that there is that very early beginning, which is yeah, that's another good way to use some change in specific money. You don't need to book anything. No, all the bookings are taken care of by the company. Everything is kind of laid out. So basically, a case of once the boys are in the country, everything's taken care of. Everything's sorted in that respect. Anything else other notes we need to know? I don't think so. Like I said, it was just the fact we've got that very, very early departure from Marling. So um, I'm afraid that's just part of the way we can squeeze so much in, and due to what flights are available for us. So the flight's from 5 a.m. from London Heathrow, so hence the 2:30 in the morning, which is it's going to be fun. We also have like sixth form information evening the night before. Um, so yes. Um, in terms of EHICs or E111s as they used to be, or whatever they're called these days, um, I'd highly recommend yes, just in case. Um, but uh, again, if they don't have them, it's just making sure that nothing happens. Touch wood. Um, yes, exactly. If there's some sort of number available, then that's the important thing. All the fingers crossed, touching all the wood. We won't need them, but things have happened in the past. We went bowling one year, and one chap managed to kind of try to stop a bowling ball hitting another bowling ball by using his finger, which needed a trip to the hospital. So accidents do happen. They are teenage boys. They do tend to happen. Um, so yes, in terms of we do have the hold luggage, so there's plenty of space to kind of pack warm clothes. Um, so I highly recommend just layers. The boys, as far as I have been aware, tend to kind of like find a lot of space in their packages for Haribo, lots of bits and pieces like that. Um, they will need to take their passport. A photocopy, could be useful, but it's not something we look out for. The thing we tend to do is kind of we take the passports away from them once they get onto the coach, and then give them back to them at the airport so they use them. Um, and then kind of like put them in the safe in the hotel. This is a different hotel to one we've previously used, so I'm assuming there's a safe. If there isn't, then I'm sure we'll find some other sort of like safe place, even if it's just locked in, say, like my room or something. Luggage allowance, that is on the presentation notes, I believe. I think off the top of my head, it's about 27 kilos. Um, so it's quite a lot, but I can double check that for you. The size of the rooms. Andrew told me that we don't have the exact rooms from them, but they range from 4 to 6 to sleep. 23. Thank you so much, Amy. That's really handy. 23 kilos, not 27. That's a little bit too much, but should be enough for the 4 days we're there. Um, the hack is usually to kind of like wear a lot of layers as we go over, especially as we're doing quite a lot on that first day. Um, so yes, in terms of rooms, once we've heard from the hostel hotel, sorry, well, once we've heard from the place, it's one of those places it's kind of referred to as both. What allocations they have, we're happy to let the boys choose who they go with. The only thing with that is, obviously as you've seen, there's a lot of early starts, out the door on our way by 8 a.m. So, they can they can like sleep in the same room as their mates, but it's a case of making sure, okay, all that sugar you're eating in the evenings, make sure you don't go crazy with it because you do need to be up in the morning. School book meals, there's a limit what you can order. I think effectively things like, the pizzeria, it'll be a case of, everyone will have their own pizza. That's the way that's happened previously. Um, Again, with previous trips, we've eaten the rest of our meals except for the pizza night in the hotel. So I'm not entirely sure what the restaurants are like. I imagine there's some sort of set menu. So it'd be a case of, you can order from these options. Broadly speaking, again, from past experiences, it's a case of um, like that they love stodge. They recognize their boys. There's tends to be kind of a lot of chips thrown at them. Um, in terms of delays at Heathrow, I've not heard of any so far. So I'm hoping not. But again, that'll be something if the company become aware of it, they'll let us know before we go. Um, Yes, yeah, Germany is the same as for France, like the European one with the two prongs. Um, I don't know for sure. A lot of hotels these days have USB ports like built into their plug sockets, so that might be an option. If you've got, or if the lads have got like portable charging devices, they're always worth bringing. Can be a good idea just in case. But yes, it should be. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the adapter for the plug sockets, it's yeah, it's the standard European one. Grand. Oh, yes, yeah. Battery packs in the hand luggage. Again, from teaching experience, a lot of the lads seem to have them in their pockets most of the time. Just you never know. But yes, they are the kind of thing that people don't like. The airports don't like them in the hold luggage because they can allegedly sometimes, apparently. But food allergies, really good question. So we've been in contact with the hotel. We've got a document which we're filling out to make sure we've got everyone's details, and that'll be sent across. Um, exactly, yeah. The boys are happy to take as many photos as possible. Allowance of food allergies, yes. So there will be allowances of some sort. We'll be in contact. The Germans tend to be better than the Italians in previous experience. The Italians' approach to vegetarianism is, well, this is mince, so it's not really meat. Germans tend to be much better. Again, it's a new hotel, so I don't know exactly what their allocations are, but we'll be in contact with them. And it is a hotel that this company uses for lots of other school trips, so I imagine they're very well suited to deal with it. But yes, we will be looking into it. Absolutely. In terms of bus stops in Swindon, I imagine so. We historically have done the Swindon drop off and the Cirencester drop off. The issue is we're scheduled to be back at Marling, I think about 12:30 in the evening, of that Monday evening. So it will be quite a late night back. Historically, the Marling viewpoint has always been, well, if you've been on a trip, then you know what's going to involve, so you must be in the next day as is normal. What with the changes Marling's going through in terms of like leadership and involvement of other um, MAT leadership, that is something that apparently is being looked at. So for the time being, I'm going to say, yeah, we're all expect to be in that morning as normal. Um, the bus stop. Oh, in terms of the bus stopping Swindon on the way, I don't think so. There isn't allocation to pick them up on the way to the airport from Swindon. Um, the problem with that would it would just be it would mean an even earlier departure from Marling. We can sometimes accommodate it on the way back because it's easier to get the drop off. In terms of yes, I don't basically no. It's a case of we go from Marling on the return journey from the airport back to Marling. That's when we can kind of squeeze in some drop offs because it's easier. We're not running against the clock. The other issue is, if there is some sort of problems on the motorway, then we run the risk of missing flights, and that's something we definitely want to avoid. So apologies, I misread that question. So yes, we only go from Marling, I'm afraid. No Swindon pickup. There might be a Swindon drop off. There's like to be a Swindon drop off. Same with Cirencester. Um, apologies. Hope that clarifies that one. Um, yeah, absolutely. So on the bus stops on the way back, Cirencester, Swindon, like I said, should be fine. Like I said, we've always managed to kind of do it historically. It does come down to the coach driver. That's basically the main way to kind of say yes or no. The boys will be absolutely happy to be well. We'll be fully happy for the boys to be in contact with you on the way back to say yes, this is the ETA. Yes, we can stop. If not, apologies. We will push for these drop off points in Cirencester and Swindon. If the driver says, no, because it's something about, the number of hours he can drive and he's not able to kind of like extend the journey by that amount, or if he's just a grumpy Gus, that message will go out. We'll try and get the boys to kind of contact you directly for that. Oh, yeah, sorry, that was clear as mud then, but hopefully that's kind of clarified things a little bit there. Um, Anything else I can add? Um, in terms of, frankly, this is a brilliant trip. I'm really, really sorry for the chaos of this evening so far. They should be really, really excited. Fundamentally, going back to the money issue, they don't need, they shouldn't need money besides things like snacks. There's so much they're going to see. Um, there's potentially some late switches. One of the things we've historically been able to see, and I'm not sure, I think it looks like we won't be able to do it this year, is the um, one of the things which I'm a bit gutted if we're not able to see it is the old nuclear bunker at the Berlin train station. However, there is so much in Berlin to see. If we can't see that, it just means we spend longer with other bits and pieces. Just the Olympia Stadium is amazing to go and see, and it's so useful for the Germany course and for the next course which we study, which is the Cold War. I mean, if the Cold War has a front line, Berlin is it. As I'll see when they start studying it, like because there's consistently so much that happens in Berlin, just besides the Berlin Wall itself. Flight itinerary. Yes. So the itinerary that I've sent out so far is one I've had from the company, so it's still kind of TBC. Um, so again, once the slides come to me from Andrew, that's basically kind of where the initial ones will be from. As you can see, it's 5 a.m. I'm fairly sure we're flying British Airways. We always have
Yeah.
done. Um, but yes, that's something I can check up on the slides. 40 boys, 40 boys, four members of staff. So, in terms of staff members, it's me, it's Mrs. Rogers, it's Mrs. Jenkins, who's from the languages department, so very handy, speaks a lot of German, and Ms. Bradigan, sorry, in the kind of support staff role. You got a good team. Um, Yes, in terms of rooming allocations, once I've got the lists, I will basically kind of put an announcement out to the boys, and then it might be a case of, okay, this is when you can come to see me to kind of work out what your rooms are. If it's a case of, we've got this many like four bedrooms, this many five bedrooms, this many six bedrooms, it might be a case of like first come, first served, get yourselves into groups, come see me, and then I can get the names recorded. Um, I'll be doing that as soon as possible because obviously we go next week, which is exciting. Right. Any other questions at this point? Just give you a minute to type just in case. No problem at all. Again, apologies, it's been a bit chaotic. We've had a year eight trip to Bletchley Park today, which got us back about an hour later than it should have done. So yeah, it's been quite a stressful journey getting back. And then this is not helping, but you're all being very, very nice. So thank you very much. Oh, lovely stuff. Right. If you do think of anything that's not been covered by this and doesn't get told, yes, essentially, just in case, sorry, yeah, to respond to Nathan Marsh's point, earliest we'll know about bus stopping points on the way back will be after we've landed. Yes, once we're on the coaches, then if the flight is delayed coming from Germany for any reason, that kind of gives us a little bit more of a say as to when, where, etc. Bingo, yeah. The slides will have a lot more information. And yeah, I'll get them to you as soon as I possibly can. Andrew is lovely as well. A bit of a shame that you only got that kind of slight glimpse into what he's like, but he's got so many good stories. He's really good with the boys, and yeah, I think lad's going to really enjoy his company. He's a really good leader. Yeah, we're in good hands with him. We've been touring Berlin with him previously, so grand. Right, everyone, thank you so much, and yes, I will be in contact soon with some slides. All the best.
Dan, can you hear me?
Andrew, hello. How you doing?
What happened? Did I disappear or something?
Yes. The first meeting ended very suddenly. And then
At what sort of point?
about 5 minutes in.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
apologies. So what I've done
Well,
is
can I
in
send, did you get the slides or can I send them, give you another chance to get them? Or I can
um
send them to you.
if you send them to me, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, some of I've basically done a bit of a Q&A, just kind of things I can answer.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, if you're happy to send the slides to me, I can then send them out to the parents. That'd be fantastic. Just in terms of questions that I wasn't really
I
able
was
to.
listening, I could hear the you talking questions just now. So
Brilliant.
um,
Um,
I don't think it was anything critical on there that
yes. I don't I
isn't.
don't think so really. So yeah, in terms of cash, what I said is basically like Berlin's probably the same in terms of most things paid on card.
Souvenirs, bars of chocolate, and soft drinks. That's about
Yeah.
it, really.
In terms of oh yes, food allergy issues in terms of the hotel, are they able to accommodate? I figured they
Yep.
probably would.
You just need to make sure you've collected all the details and send it to Anglia, and they pass them on to the hotel and the restaurants.
Perfect. That can be accomplished. Um, the one of the other things is in terms of the meals. So besides the pizza place, which I imagine is everyone orders their own pizza,
Hmm.
the next night's restaurant is there. I imagine it's kind of from a set menu. Would that be the case?
The second one is Pasta, which is another Italian restaurant.
Ah, perfect.
And normally they provide sort of two main ones, one tomato and pasta based, and the others chicken and mushroom and pasta. But if there are people who can't have either of those, they will provide. And then they have ice cream for pud. Um,
Always popular.
it all seemed to work. Nobody's gone starved yet.
Yeah, the gyms are very keen on kind of feeding, so
Yeah.
fabulous stuff. Okay, right then. In which case, yes, Andrew. Unless anyone has a question which you'd like to ask Andrew directly whilst he's here. If
I
not,
I'll send all the slides through to Dan. They should be pretty self-explanatory. They've got captions and things on them. So Dan's been to Berlin. He knows what they are, so it shouldn't be a problem for him. So I'll send those through to you, and um, you can put them on whatever.
yeah, yeah, we can get them shared out that way. Lovely stuff.
Did
Okay.
you want the recording that you made? Obviously, didn't go very far by the sound of it.
Yes, I think this one this one's automatic recording as well. So I think I've got them
Because
saved.
the slides won't have my commentary with them. It'll only have the slide details.
Ah, okay. Um, well, I think I don't know. It should have recorded the sound as well. So basically, once this meeting finishes, I'll see what's been recorded.
If you have a look through, if it's all missing and you want to have another go at it, then give me a call.
And we can sort something out.
You've got my phone number. We'll sort it out between us as to how to get it there.
Brilliant. Okay, grand. Lovely stuff.
Right.
Right. Thanks, everyone. Sorry for
See you on the 21st.
the slight carnage, and all the best.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much, Andrew.
Okay.